Hello Fortnite gamers, today we're going to be finding out how to get out of the storm using a shockwave. So as you can see here, we are currently in the storm at negative 1.5. So how do we get out of the storm? Well, we use a shockwave, of course. We have to get to 0.5 because that's basically out of the storm. So in order to find out, we have to use our Vertex equation to get out. So as we can see here, our X and Y, our H and K, and our P and Q. So over here, we're going to start off this equation by putting 0.75, which was our Y right here, equals A. We have to, in vertex form, we have to find this A times X, which in which this case, it's 0. So X is 0 minus H, which is 1 minus, oh shit, my bad. This is negative 0.5. So minus 0.5 squared plus K, which in this case is 1. So in order for me to continue, I have to simplify this because we don't want this area. So 0.0 plus 0.5, because negative equals a positive. So now this is a positive plus 0.5 squared plus 1. A equals 0.75. 0.75 equals A times 0.5. This is making sense, Fortnite gamers. Well, let's continue. So we are almost done simplifying this equation. We just need a few more steps in order to get out the storm. So now we have 0.75 equals A, and now we simplify this area, which would equal 0.25, because that's what this equals squared, plus 1. Okay, we're almost out. So now we multiply this right there, which equals 0.25 A plus 1 equals 0.75. But see this 1 here, we don't really want this one. So we want to subtract 1 from both sides, because he doesn't like being over here. I don't know why. He just does it. So now it would equal negative 0.25 equals 0.25 A. So now that we have A by itself with the number, we have to divide each side by the number in front of A. So what number is in front of A? That's right, 0.25. So now we do that. 0.25 equals, now we subtract, divide it again. Oh, let's erase that real quick. That was a mistake. So now we divide each side by 0.25 plus 0.25. And what does that give us, chat? Come on, chat, we got this. It gives us A equals negative 1, because this up here is a negative. And so now we found our A. But how do we put that into the equation? Well, let's find out. All right, let's put all the pieces together. So Y equals A, which we just found out is negative 1. Negative 1 times X, 0. But we could just put X. Minus H, which is 0 plus 0.5, as we've just found out over here, like that. So now, and then we square it, and then we add 1. So that is how we find our vertex form equation. So we're almost out of the storm, but we need one more extra step. So standard form, how do we find standard form? Well, we know that standard form is ax squared plus bx plus c. So that is our equation that we have to find. So how do we get this area from vertex form to standard form? So first, let's rewrite the equation over here so it's a lot easier. Equals -1 times x plus 0.5 squared plus 1. So what can we do to make standard form? Well, we could do the box method, because as we know, factored form right here has two boxes, two answers right here. So we just multiply that and we would get x, so x, because it's squared. So now we come down here and then we add 0.5, add 0.5. So now chat, what is x times x? Right, x squared. So now what does x times 0.5 equal? 0.5x, right? Over here, the same thing, 0.5x. So how do we, what is 0.5 times 0.5? Well, if you look early over here, we can see that 0.5 squared is basically 0.5 times 0.5 equals 0.25. So that's how we get our 0.25. So now that we get a little familiar, chat, we could do this right here. We know that x is a, these two are b in the corners, and this one finally is c. So we are very close now to getting out the storm with the shockwave grenade. So now it would be equal. So now we have a right here, which is our -1. So -1 x squared, because we haven't really distributed it yet. So now we just put the x squared plus 1x, because 0.5 plus 0.5 is 1. And then we add 0.25, because that is our c value. So now it's starting to look a little bit familiar, right, chat? So now we add here -1 times x squared equals -1x squared. So another step would be -1 times 1x, which is -1x. Now we multiply -1 times 0.25. What does that equal? Well, it equals -0.25, because a negative times a positive equals a negative. So now, what are we forgetting? Well, we're forgetting this little 1 over here in this corner, which is +1. So now we bring it down all the way down here with this lonely c number. So we add 1 to this side, and it would equal plus 0.75 -1x, and then -1x squared. Whoops. -1x squared. So does this look familiar? Well, yes it does, because it looks like our standard form up here. Ax squared minus our b value, x plus c. And yeah, this is pretty much our answer. And congratulations, we have successfully made it out of the storm with 1 HP left. So we can check your answer A, B, and C. Congratulations, you have made it out of the storm. Thank you.